Alright guys, quick video here on the difference between an LLY cooling system and an LBZ Duramax cooling system. LLY Duramax on the left, LBZ on the right. If you're going to do this swap on your LLY, you need all of these parts on the right here. You need everything: the core support, intercooler, radiator, fan shroud, the fan, and the hoses and stuff. And we'll go over that real quick. But we'll start at the top here. The difference is the core supports are different. This is the LLY here, and the distance between the bottom here and the top is roughly 22¼ inches in height. You'll notice the bottom here is flat, and then coming over here, LBZ, you'll see it dips down here. There's openings for the air to flow through. And this is roughly 25½ inches tall from top to bottom. They also made the top of this a little bit thinner compared to that one, so you get a little bit more height. So you definitely need to swap the core support if you're going to put a LBZ radiator in your LLY truck. Coming over here to the intercooler, LLY 37½ by 19 inches tall. Now I kind of like the LLY intercooler better than the LBZ because it's all aluminum. If you come over here, LBZ, we got a plastic end tank here, and this intercooler is 36⅛ by 20½, and the mounting points are different here. These are different than the LLY. The radiator has different mounts. So we'll come down to the radiator here. This is the LLY. It's tiny. 34 by 20¾ versus the LBZ 34 by 24⅕. And actually this angle here really shows you how much bigger the LBZ radiator is. It's almost 4 inches difference. So it is much bigger. You get a lot more cooling. But then we'll come down here to the fan shroud. The fan shrouds are also different. LLY, much smaller. LBZ also has this additional part here that goes around the fan. And then coming down to the fans, LLY 21¼ diameter on that fan. LBZ 23-inch diameter on that fan. So the fan's definitely a little bit bigger. If you do put the LBZ radiator in, you also need the LBZ lower radiator hose because it has this different style end here that uses a little C-clip. So you need that. It clips onto this plastic part right here. So that clips on there. You also need the charge pipe for the passenger side of the intercooler because that uses the same style little plastic clip that clips on there. Whereas the LLY has the aluminum tube with just regular clamps on the passenger side. From what I understand, the driver's side intercooler pipe is the same between the two trucks. Now, I haven't installed it yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Another upgrade, if you're doing this, it's worth it to put a LBZ transmission cooler. That measures 22¾ by 4¼ and the LLY one is still on my truck, but it measures 13½ by 5⅛. So it is quite a bit larger to go with the LBZ. And the lines are slightly different, so you might want to put some braided lines and different fittings on if you do that. But this is definitely the way to go if you have an LLY truck that is running hot. LBZ is a good upgrade, but you need all these parts on the right if you're going to swap it over. So gives you a little breakdown of what all you need. Find yourself a parts truck and take all that stuff off and, you know, help your truck run a little bit cooler. But that's all I got. So thanks.